the internets. Today I'm joined with Reilly, Pineda, which is very unusual, and Noah, and we're going to be doing something special. Today we're going to be recording I wouldn't say podcast, I would say playthrough in an audio format of a game that we've talked much about. Today we are recording Schlee's house. I'll give you a quick brief overview of what the game is and how it works before I actually begin to play it with them. Schlee's house works like one of those types of games on the internet that are more like point-and-click games. You kind of know what's happening, and then you make an action or an observation, and the game does something for you. It's like that, but it's in an audio format. So how it works is they are trapped inside of a house, which in this version, the house is 27 floors, including multiple basements and hidden passageways, and they tell me what they want to do or what they want to look at, and I tell them what they see or what the repercussions of their actions are. Their sole purpose is to escape from the house. However, that, as Pineda knows, is much more difficult than it would originally seem. Without any further talking or waiting, I will now begin the game. We have Reilly, who is going to be writing down a list of the things that each of them have, and Pineda, who is going to be drawing maps for them. We each have drinks and food here, so if you hear clacking or crunching, that's what that is. And now, let us start on what will be the most death-filled Let's Play we will ever make, no matter what it's in.
Unless it's Schlee's House Part 2. We might have more deaths there.
I'm pretty sure Schlee's House is going to end up having more deaths than I have by the end of Dead Rising 3. Which is about 10,000. Actually, it's about 20,000, but...
Oh my.
Anyway, with that...
Wheat and chips, Pineda.
Let us start. So, the room is dark. You can see just a little bit, but not much. It almost is like you got a small candle lighting the room. Each of you wake up with the exact clothes that you have on now. Pineda, you have your jacket wrapped around your head, and your t-shirt, and your whatever pants you would say those are. Reilly, you got your t-shirt and your jeans, and Noah, you got your hoodie and I'm assuming jeans.
Yes.
And your jeans on. But you
I don't have any shoes on right now.
But you have nothing in your pockets.
Ah, fuck. Damn.
When you each get up, though, you each see a bag next to you. Reilly, inside of your bag, you have exactly 10.3 feet of rope. You have one AAA battery.
Oh, yay, AAA.
And the shell casing of a 10mm bullet.
10 casing of a millimeter bullet.
The casing...
How many casings?
One.
One casing of a 10mm bullet.
Alright, who's the next on your list?
Reilly, King of the Chubby, has stuff. Next is Pineda the Reckless.
Alright, Pineda. You have one lighter that has full fluid in it.
Fluid.
You also have one flashlight that has a half battery in it. So it has half of its charge left.
Okay.
What battery, what kind of batteries does it use?
D.
It uses D, so my AAA won't do anything.
No.
The D. It's the battery D, baby.
And it requires technically 2 D batteries.
Wow.
So it's got half charge.
Okay.
And you also have one slightly dull, but not totally dull, switchblade.
Of course you get Pineda the knife.
Remember I helped you guys last time we played this? Or they did. I didn't play it. But remember how I'm like, hey, use the knife to...
And just so you know, because this, I don't know if it is, but it could become useful for you guys to know, the knife part of the switchblade is made of stainless steel.
Alright, stainless steel.
And Noah.
And
Next is Noah the Moronic.
Noah.
You have nothing.
No. In your bag, you have a box with 10 nails. Now, these aren't huge nails. These are the kind of nails you would, hang a picture up with or hang something up with, something you would hammer into the wall. He has a box with 10 of those. He's also got, know how exactly to describe this, but you know when you're hiking or something, or you have something attached, you've got those little like chains that you could like clip, and it goes like that. The like the climbing chains.
Yeah.
He's got 2 of those.
I'm wearing one. Hold up.
Those. He's got 2 of those.
I'm just gonna put down climbing chains.
No, they're called like.
That's a problem. There are 2 of them.
Along with that, Noah, you also have 1 granola bar.
Yes!
You give Noah the food, not the fat. Actually, yeah, it's a good point.
It's probably poisonous though.
No, nothing that he gives you at the beginning can hurt you. It's all meant to help.
It all comes back. All right. Now,
Don't.
with that,
Really need to give it to someone.
with that, begin.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna go first since I am the king of the chubby.
And then I get ready to draw whatever you hear me describe.
Alright. So I'm going to look around the room. I'm first going to look to the north, and I'm going to go in a clockwise position around the room, scanning everything. After I'm done with that, I'm going to be looking at the floors and the ceiling. I'm specifically looking for light sources or switches.
Well, as I said, the room is dim. When you look around the room, first thing, when you look north, you notice that north is actually in the corner of the room.
Alright.
In this corner, you don't really see much. The light really isn't reaching there.
So that means that this room is in a diamond shape or a diagonal shape.
Where you woke up is. It's built in that way, but I guess you could say that.
I see what you mean. Okay.
Now, when you do look there, if you continue to turn, you'll notice that in the corner you looked at, there is no door. Along the wall, you can't really see much, but when you get to the next corner, you notice that there is a door there, positioned just to the right of the corner. So right up against that wall.
What is the door made of?
You can't really see from this distance. The light is just barely reaching it. You can really only see the reflection off of a handle.
Okay.
Indicating that it's some sort of reflective object, probably made of a metal material. As you continue along
Don't sniff the doors, no matter what you do. Don't sniff the doors. It's a bad idea.
Or light a match to them.
Yes.
As you continue along the wall, you notice that there's 2 other doors on the same side as that other door.
Mm-hmm.
As you get closer to you, because at this point you're starting to get a little bit closer to you, just barely. You notice that the wall seems to be rough, kind of stone-like.
Alright.
Each door, again, you can't really tell what it is. The light's not really fully reaching it, but you can see a reflection indicating that there is something there. As you continue again around the rest of the wall, on the opposite side of the doors, you notice that there's a door behind you, and on the side that is directly the opposite of where you first started to look, so it's directly south. On that wall, you notice that there's some sort of little hatch inside the wall, a little cut open into it.
Alright. Another thing I must say. Because there's a little hatch inside that, if you pull it, we're not going into the janitor's closet. It's a bad idea.
Meanwhile, directly behind where the doors are, you see absolutely nothing. The wall is perfectly smooth. Absolutely, solidly smooth.
So there are no doors in this area that would lead to the outside.
No, below you, the floor is very rough, but you can't see too far. You can only see a good 3 feet around you on the floor, and all of it's just rough stone. Meanwhile, above you, you notice that just out of reach, there's a small lantern that has a lit candle in it. You cannot reach it.
That's because I am too fat. Pineda can reach it, though, because he's tall. Our physical attributes will come in handy in this, correct?
Yeah, so Reilly, you obviously weigh more. Pineda, you're taller, and Noah
is
He's
in the
fat.
middle.
No, I'm just going to give us our physical attributes because this is pretty much what we are. Noah's the fast one.
Woo!
Pineda is the tall one. I would say you're the fast one, but Noah needs an attribute. And I'm the strong one.
Well,
However, my weight impairs me. Noah's frame impairs him, and Pineda's height will also impair him.
Anyway, so go.
Okay, Pineda, can you please grab the lantern?
Yeah, I'll grab the lantern.
Pineda, as you go to grab the lantern, you start to walk across the floor. However, you realize that you do not have any shoes on, and the floor is jagged, so it starts to... I don't know how to
Do
put it.
any of us have shoes?
Both of you do.
Actually, I don't have shoes.
You do.
I do.
Yes.
He's wearing my shoes.
So the ground starts to agitate you, but it does not cut you, indicating that the walls and the floors are rough. You reach the lantern, you reach up to grab it. Pineda, your hand is at the lantern.
Take the lantern.
Hold up, I'm thinking about this.
Don't overthink this.
Alright, how is the lantern hung?
Do you want to look at it from where you are, or would you like to move to a different angle?
I'll walk around it in a circle so I can see it from all
You
sides.
walk around the lantern, and you see that, for the most part, the lantern is hung, stationary, but it does have a chain going into the ceiling.
I would.
So it's suspended from the ceiling.
Can he unhook the chain? Can he unhook the lantern from the chain, or is it intertwined?
It can be unhooked.
How?
Let me rephrase it. It can be taken down.
Can it only be taken down by pulling on the lantern?
You know I can't answer that.
That's a good point. Right, what does the chain appear to be made out of?
It seems to be made out of some sort of darker, heavier metal. The metal itself doesn't reflect a lot of the light from the actual lantern itself. Therefore, because of the light being so limited, it's hard to tell exactly what it's made out of. All you can tell is that it's definitely strong, and it's definitely attached to the lantern and the ceiling.
So we can't cut it, and we can't just yank it down. Well, that will probably indicate a trap, but yeah.
We can hang from it though. Or I can.
That you can hang from it, that would still pull it down. So I'm thinking, how tall is Pineda compared to the lamp?
Yeah, how high above me is it?
If you were to extend your arm, but first say how tall you are to make Bill.
6 foot.
Okay. If you were to extend your arm straight up, you could just barely reach the part where the lantern is connected to the chain.
What if he stood on his toes?
If he stood on his toes, he could reach tall enough to put his whole hand around where the lantern is connected to the chain. Because standing on your toes only raises you like, what, an inch or two?
It raises you, considering Pineda's feet are kind of large, it would raise him about 3 inches, maybe 4. Yeah. So, what I'm thinking is, Pineda, you need to stand up and push the lantern up a little bit so to not pull the chain, and try to unhook the lantern from the chain without pulling.
Maybe it's like weighted though, so that when you do unhook the thing, maybe there's something on the chain that'll like pull it down, and the chain will just go up. Maybe the lantern's holding the chain.
Possibly, but the lantern is hanging, which means it is the weight. There isn't another weight on the chain holding it off.
She
It's
said
not.
that the chain went in through the ceiling though. Like maybe.
Yeah, so it's hanging down like a chandelier.
Oh, okay. I was.
It's not like on a round platform where if you were to pick it up. No, it's hanging like a chandelier from the ceiling. Am I correct?
Yes.
Something tells me I'm right.
Go on, do something. Come on, do something.
He said that it goes into the ceiling, so what I'm thinking is it goes into the ceiling, and there's something on the other side of this, of like maybe.
Yeah, it's weighted. Okay.
And the lantern's just keeping it from going down.
Describe the doors again.
You haven't gone towards them. All you can see is that there's a reflective handle.
Just tell based off what Reilly already saw. Restate that.
Here, I'm going to actually walk closer to the doors while Pineda's doing this and examine them a little bit further.
Okay. Ronnie, what door would you like to look at first?
I like to look at the door on the far left, and then I'm going to go down.
So the one that you first saw.
Yes, basically.
Okay. You go to that door. Now, it's still pretty dark. But from a closer angle, you can see that the door itself is kind of, it looks thick, it looks sturdy.
Alright.
But it doesn't look like there's anything out of the ordinary. It looks like a typical smooth cut door.
Made of?
It's too dark. You can't tell
Alright.
just by looking at it.
Okay.
Would you like to do anything else with it?
Can I feel it lightly?
You touch the door lightly and it's cool. you want to move down to the next door?
Yes.
You move down to the next door. The first thing you notice is you hear a slight noise. It's not loud, but it's deep, kind of like a humming.
Oh, boy.
No, like a... I don't know how to do that noise. Alright? But
What's the door made out of?
the light's a little bit stronger this part of the room, but it's still hard to see. The door looks to be made out of some sort of cast iron.
Alright, I already know what's behind the door, so... Pineda, get your knife out. Okay.
Can you tell me
Go
what's
to
behind the door?
It
You wanna
is
go to the next door?
probably a giant. It's probably a large jungle cat. My guess is it's not the panther, but it's something. Okay.
I don't know.
I can give him my granola bar. if
The
it
next
really
door?
gets mad.
I don't know.
The next side of the next door in the line, the first thing that you notice is that unlike the other doors, which were smooth around the edges,
This door is rough.
no, this door has a slight kind of lip at the bottom that you could potentially look through. So the door itself, you know how most doors have, they don't fully touch the ground? This door doesn't either. The other two did. But there is no light coming out from this. The door itself is very jagged. It
Alright,
looks
so
to
I
be made
know-
out of a rougher stone-looking material as well.
Alright, this is his default starting room that he usually uses. Because this is always what's behind it. So,
One's gonna have a chasm,
yeah, that's going to be the rough stone door.
probably.
The cast iron door, my guess, is going to be the janitor's closet.
Maybe.
I would think. I'm not entirely
Pineda,
sure.
this is the only hint I'll give you for now. But if you think about it, you encountered something very similar to all three of these in your first playthrough of Schlee's house.
I'm trying to remember what my strategy was, because I always chose one side.
However, there are still useful things in this room. I will tell you that the lantern can become useful eventually if you use it the right way.
Alright. You said there was a little indent in this room. Where is it?
The indent is if you're looking at the doors head on, the indent is going to be to your right.
Alright, I'm going to go to the indent.
Okay? You walk to the indent. It's a brisk walk. Room could be a little warmer, but not too much to complain about. Little dark.
What's the room's temperature?
It is 73 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's not bad. Actually, that's pretty nice. Beside the point, though.
I take a moment and build a vacation house, so I can spend my winters in this room.
It's a really nice room. I mean, it needs a little refurbishing, but... Okay, so... Once I get to this indent, is the light touching it in any way that I could look at it a little bit better? Or is it still
In
very
the area,
dark?
it's very dark.
Alright, Pineda, may I see your flashlight?
I throw my flashlight at Reilly.
Okay?
I grab the flashlight.
But does
Pineda throws the flashlight. When it gets to Reilly, Reilly grabs it. But
Shit.
because of the throw, the very bottom part was loose, and the batteries fall onto the ground.
I hate you. Okay. Now let's see here.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should use my lighter and set the floor on fire.
Right now, you don't have a flashlight working anymore.
Well,
You guys
we
put it together.
I know.
Just use
Okay,
the light
so
for
I look around for... I feel the floor for the battery. However, I tread lightly and I make sure that if I feel any cracks in the floor, I don't put my hand in them.
You go ahead and feel around the floor. The floor is rough, but not too bad. You find the first battery, but when you find the second battery, you find that it's now got a little scratch in it.
How deep is the scratch?
Not deep. It's about 1 millimeter.
Will the flashlight
That's
operate
nothing.
Will the
Yeah.
flashlight operate with only the one
You
battery?
can try it.
We try it.
We try it.
Did you only put one in?
Yeah. And not the scratch one.
It does not turn on.
Okay.
Just play the scratch one.
Fine. We have... Is it leaking anything? Can I feel fluid?
Lightly. Very little.
Fuck.
However,
Put it in the flashlight. Don't use the flashlight.
Yeah.
you don't know what that fluid is.
No, it's battery acid.
It might not be.
Even though a
Maybe we could've
millimeter...
put something off the floor.
That's true. Alright, I take the battery and I put it in the flashlight.
Wait. We have loose cloth.
Do we have loose cloth?
Like, is that in
Your
this?
clothes.
I take off my shirt.
Don't.
No.
Pineda, rip a small piece of your shirt off.
I'm the only one wearing clothing thin enough to do that. I see how it is.
Yeah. I'm wearing too thick clothing.
How much of your clothing do you rip off, and where do you
Rip
rip it
off
off
all
from?
of it, Pineda. We need to see that
You need
sexy
to know
body.
I need to know exactly how much.
I'll go on and tear off both of the sleeves on my t-shirt.
All right.
And
You tear off both of the
Why'd
sleeves
you have to
from
wait,
your
flash-
t-shirt.
Flashlight, damn it.
I'll tear one of the sleeves in half, and then tear that half in half, and we'll use that to wipe the fluid off of the flashlight. The rest of it I keep.
Okay. So you wipe the fluid off of the flashlight. Now what do you want to do?
Sleeve and 3, 4,
There's no more fluid on the flashlight?
Not at the moment.
Is there any leaking out?
No.
Okay, then I put the battery back in the flashlight.
Okay. You put the battery in the flashlight.
And then I turn on the flashlight.
Okay. You don't have the top attached yet.
Okay.
It fell too.
You didn't say that.
I said the bottom. So sorry. The bottom fell out.
Okay, so...
So you still have to attach that to close it up and.
So I was not able
Complete
to...
the circuit.
So I was not able to find the bottom.
You never looked for the bottom. You looked for
Alright,
the
then I
batteries.
look for the bottom as well.
You look for the bottom, you feel around the floor, but when you're feeling around the floor, right when you find the bottom, your hand gets a slight cut in it. It is bleeding very slightly.
And I want to give his cloth, like a piece of your cloth to
Yeah.
Reilly.
Alright, he gives me a piece of cloth and I wrap it around my hand.
Okay? Now you've got something to stop the bleeding. You have the bottom. What do you want to do with it?
I want to attach it back to the flashlight.
Alright, you attach it back, you press it in, you latch it. Now what?
I turn on the flashlight.
You turn on the flashlight. The flashlight emits a narrow beam of light. It's not a huge radius. It's a very narrow one, just a few inches long, but it is quite bright.
Okay.
But it's flickering, and it only goes at the max. It will really light up about 15 feet,
That's not bad. I can live with that.
Yeah.
but it is flickering slightly.
Alright, so I look... Why'd you have to throw the fucking flashlight, damn it? Alright, first I look at the indent in the wall.
Alright, you look at the indent in the wall. Unfortunately, the flashlight is still pointed at the ground.
Alright, don't be a dumbass. Just don't be a dumbass, Schlee. And I point the flashlight at the indent while looking at it.
Okay. You look at the
Lift
indent.
my left foot, move it forward, and then place it back on the ground. I continue to use this pattern to walk forward.
Pineda only moves his left foot, and he eventually breaks his leg, stamping it on the ground in the same place. No, that doesn't happen. Not yet.
Yes.
No, but Robbie, you look in it. It's not very deep, the hole. At the back, it's very smooth. Actually, it's totally smooth. The actual hole itself, all of it, is totally smooth, and it's made purely of what looks to be like refined iron, with absolutely no imperfections, no divots, no loose ends, 100% flat,
Shit.
like a toddler.
Like a toddler? Seems legit. Okay.
That's,
I look on the floor where the goo was, with the flashlight.
Okay? Holding the flashlight, you look at the dark floor. No. No. You turn, and you look at the floor. I love how it's been like 30 minutes, and you're still in the first room.
This is the point.
Oh,
Alright.
this is gonna be a long Let's Play.
Yep.
We're being way too cautious.
Oh, no, at this
Actually,
rate, we are not doing this all on my phone.
Bullshit.
This would take so much data.
Well, we can, send it to... Alright, this is not the conversation we need to
No.
be having right now. Okay,
Okay.
I look at the floor where the fluid was with the flashlight.
You look at the floor where the fluid was with the flashlight. You don't notice too much, but you do notice a little bit of reflection, kind of like there's some condensation on the ground.
Is that condensation sticky? I've already felt it, so I should know.
Not particularly.
Does it just feel like water?
water-like, liquidy,
Liquid.
moist.
Moist, very moist. Just like
Anyway,
Pineda.
Pineda, at the lantern.
Noah has done nothing.
I actually have done nothing.
I think we should each open one of the doors, like at the same time.
Both of the doors?
Wow, leaving the lantern behind.
I beat you.
I feel like trying to get around the trap that the lantern is. All right,
I agree.
What we
Okay.
do? All right, when you
We already have a lighter,
when you
so
open the door, pull the door towards you and against the wall, and like with you between the door and the wall, so that if something comes out of the door, it won't be able to attack you.
all right. So all
There's
of
only
us,
2 doors?
there's
There's
3
three.
doors.
There are.
So,
oh,
who gets in
no,
front of what door?
All right, I'll get in front of the cast iron door. You
Hold
get.
I'll get the one with the humming behind it.
No, that's.
I've got the knife. If something comes out, I'll
But
be
Noah has the
closest.
granola bar. He needs to tame this thing. In fact, Noah, no, you get.
That is valid. That is valid.
I want the granola bar. It's my goddamn granola bar.
All right, Pineda.
I slash Noah's neck and take the granola bar.
Noah, you're out.
Noah, you're dead. Congratulations.
No.
Respawn
Is that what you do?
No.
Okay, Noah, you're not dead yet.
Okay. Yeah. It's only a matter of time. I'm surprised we haven't died before now.
Oh, there's enough time for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of time for that. All right, so I'll get the door. Noah, give me your granola bar.
I want my goddamn granola bar.
No, seriously, give me your granola bar.
Okay, I'll give it to him.
All right,
Riley,
so
you down
Just
the
don't
granola bar?
eat it.
I'm not gonna eat it. I eat the granola bar. I don't eat the granola bar. No, I don't eat the granola bar.
Alright, so you guys all get in front of the door. So what door do each of you get, and what do you want to have with you at the time of opening them?
All right, Pineda, I think that you need to get in front of the rock door because I'm fairly certain that something's gonna come out from behind there.
The rock door.
The
No,
rock.
that's the chasm. I'm willing to bet that's the chasm. Because what's going to happen is you'll open the door and then the walls on the inside will be completely
Rock. Yeah. Sorry, I know what that room is. What am I talking about?
Everyone knows what that room is. I have it in every version, but is
Yeah.
that the right room?
It's the
Rock.
room.
It's probably the room.
So I'll get the other one. Noah, you take that one.
So who gets what
All
room?
right. So do you want the cast iron door then? All right. If a panther pops out, then I'm gonna give it a granola bar.
So Riley has the middle door, Pineda has the first door, and Noah has the last door, which is rock.
Yes.
Aye.
So what door does Pineda have?
From what
He
I
has
heard,
the unidentifiable metal.
Yeah.
So he had the first one.
Yeah.
He had the cold one that Riley thought.
Then I have the cast iron and Noah has the rock. Okay. So we all open the doors at the same time and we hug them to our bodies against the wall.
Okay? You all open the doors, and
I'd like to thank you for watching the first part of Schlee's House, and to invite you to tune in next week for the thrilling continuation of this epic adventure.